Good day and welcome to the channel. Jurassic Park is the 1993 smash hit film which blends CGI and actual actors in order to pull off this action fantasy film. Is a great one for the following reasons, which I will spell out in a moment. And I would warmly recommend it as a great film to watch. The first thing we should talk about is the origin of this film, Jurassic Park. It is based on a novel that was written in 1990 by Michael Crichton, and this is one of about eight different books that he wrote that form a basis of a series of important works, and here are the list. Obviously, starting with this one, Jurassic Park in 1990, Rising Sun in 92, which of course was adapted into a film in 92, which starred Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes. Then you've got Disclosure in 94, The Lost World in 95, Airframe in 96, Timeline in 99, Prey in 2002. I think that would be the list of important works for this period of time. With this in mind, we need to understand that this is an important film based on a very important novel. So now we come to the second point, and we turn to the film itself. We're going to consider the director of the film, who happens to be Steven Spielberg. He is indeed a great filmmaker and should be recognized as such, and indeed he is. Let's consider very briefly some films he's directed over the years which have been smash hits. We'll start with it from 1975 with the film Jaws. Then we have Close Encounters of the Third Kind in 1977, 1941 in 1979, Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981, E.T. the Extraterrestrial in 1982, Twilight Zone the movie in 83, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in 1984, Indiana Jones and the Lost Crusade in 1989, Hook in 1991, Jurassic Park and Schindler's List in 93, The Lost World and Amistad in 1997, Saving Private Ryan in 1998, AI Artificial Intelligence in 2001, Minority Report in 2002, Catch Me If You Can in 2002, The Terminal 2004, War of the Worlds and Munich in 2005, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in 2008. We'll end there. We've just had a brief rundown of at least 25 years of his filmmaking career, with various different films, including four parts to the Indiana Jones series, which starred Harrison Ford in the lead role as Indiana Jones, as well as one other film called E.T., which starred a very young Drew Barrymore. This gives us an understanding of why this film, Jurassic Park, is such a great film. Now let's come to the third thing, and that is the cast. We're going to look at it from two perspectives, however. Firstly, the human actors, and secondly, the dinosaurs that were involved through means of animatronics and CGI effects. Let's begin, shall we? So, the human cast. We have Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, that being the brother of the English guy called David Attenborough. Then you have Bob Peck, Martin Ferrero, B.D. Wong, Samuel L. Jackson, Joseph Mazzarello, and Ariana Richards, Wayne Knight, Jerry Molan, Miguel Sandoval, Cameron Thor, Whit Hartford, Greg Burson, Richard Kiley or Keeley or something. Now for point B, the dinosaurs involved. Alamosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Dilophosaurus, Gallimimus or Gallimimus, Parasaurolophus, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus, and Velociraptor. Those are the dinosaurs that were involved in the first one. There are others in the second one, The Lost World, which I'm not going to mention here as they don't relate to the first one. I just mentioned it in passing, however. Let us now turn to the fourth thing about this film, and that is the musical score. It was composed by one of our greatest composers of all time, or the modern era at least, John Williams, who has scored the music to the following films: Jaws, Star Wars, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Harry Potter, Superman, Home Alone. But now let's consider the tracks to this particular film, shall we? We start with what's called the opening titles. Theme from Jurassic Park. Incident at is Isla Nublar. Journey to the island. The raptor attack. Hatchet baby raptor, sorry. Welcome to Jurassic Park. My friend the Brachiosaurus. Dennis steals the embryo. A tree for my bed. High wire stunts. Remembering Petticoat Lane, Jurassic Park Gate, Eye to Eye, T-Rex Rescue and the Final, and end credits. So the fifth thing that I want to mention here is both the budget and the income. Beginning with the budget, it was 56 to 63 million, and now the box office income was 1.058 billion. And the opening day for this film, or the release day, was between the 9th and 11th of June 1993. Let us now consider some of the facts about this film that makes it great in this respect, shall we? So we're told the following. Jurassic Park became the highest grossing film released worldwide up to that time, surpassing Spielberg's own 1982 film E.T. the Extraterrestrial. It grossed $3.1 million from Thursday night's screenings in the United States and Canada on the 10th of June that year, and $50.1 million in its first weekend from 2,404 theatres, breaking the opening weekend recorded record set by Batman Returns the year before, that being 1992. It grossed a record $81.7 million by the end of its first week and reached $100 million in a record 9 days, and it remained number one for 3 weeks. Eventually, it grossed $357 million in the United and Canada, ranking second of all time behind E.T. Box Office Mojo estimates the film sold over 86.2 billion tickets in the United States in its initial theatrical run. So that just shows you how well it done in the United States and Canada also. We continue on. International markets. It grossed 500 million overseas, surpassing the record of 280 million overseas for E.T. In Brazil, it grossed 1.7 billion from 141 screens. At least I believe that's what that figure is. It could be 1.7 million. It went on to break further opening records around the world, including United Kingdom, Japan, India, South Korea, Mexico, Germany, Australia, Taiwan, Italy, Denmark, South Africa, and France. In Japan, it grossed 8.4 million from 237 screens in 2 days. So you see, the worldwide impact of the film was that great. Let's now zero a little more closer to home in the United Kingdom, which is where I live, obviously. Jurassic Park also beat the opening weekend record set by Batman Returns with its gross of 4.8 million, or 7.4 million from 434 screens, including a record of 443,000 from Thursday night's previews, beating Terminator 2 Judgment Day's opening weekend with 9.2 million. The film held the UK record until it was beat by Independence Day in 1996. 12 days it grossed 1 million a day and became the 8th highest grossing film of all time in the UK. After 3 weeks, it became the highest grossing film, surpassing Ghost and eventually doubling the record of a gross of 47.9 million. It spent a record 8 consecutive weekends at the top of the box office. So to put that in perspective, it spent well over 2 months at the top of the box office, and it remained there before being surpassed by Aladdin. So in conclusion, we see that Jurassic Park done really well for itself and really gave the fans something of a wonderful treat to watch and to get engrossed in. All of all the things that I've just read and some other bits and pieces brings the total income to 0.058 billion worldwide.